Oh, hello there, yes. Well, it has become Sunday. I am pleased to say it's nice to have a weekend off. Anyway, yes, we are definitely into the end game in terms of the Conservative Party in any recognisable form now. The Daily Mail manages to have quite an astonishing, their words, piece in their Sunday edition, which is worthwhile just diving into. It's from Dan Hodges and another. Dan Hodges, a man who should know better, but Boris could return as Prime Minister, an astonishing plan being hatched by disgruntled Conservative MPs, and dream ticket leadership type with Nigel Farage even being considered! Exclamation mark, yes, indeed. I don't know. You have to be a really out there person to believe that that might magically be the thing. You will notice, of course, as ever, that it's never about the policies. It's not that the British public have had enough of the Conservative Party's policies for 13 years. They just need to magically rearrange the wigs on the Titanic, and you'll end up with a perfect combination, yes? Finally shipping somebody to Rwanda for a cost of what? I don't know. What is it at the moment? It's just a shade under 300 million quid. It would be a lot easier just to give them a decent semi in a nice English town. Anyway, talking of Rwanda plans, this was my favourite quote from the article. Another suggestion is that a Johnson ally, such as former Home Secretary Priti Patel, could be installed as a caretaker Prime Minister, with Mr Johnson standing for a safe seat at the election, then stepping back into number 10. If reform remained a threat, a deal could be struck by giving Mr Farage, the party's honorary president, and Richard Tice, its leader, places in the Lord and key ministerial positions. Yes, all they need to do is get a majority at the next election, and what could be more guaranteed than that than Priti Patel as their leader? I can see no problems with that whatsoever, and I do believe that Dan Hodges, if he sticks his fingers in his ears and hums loudly, would also be unable to hear any criticism of such a plan. Yeah, quite astounding, really. This notion that these people have to be in charge, that there is no other way of doing things. After 13 years, of course, we're all remarkably happy to stumble over potholes on our way to a non-existent A&E department where our child whose roof has fallen in on their school isn't being treated in a corridor. Obviously. Where do they come up with this stuff? I mean, it is debatable about how much effect Brexit, the direct Brexit party had at the last election. There's a link down below to a John Curtis article about that, which is iffy, if you like. But it really is the world's most out there fantasy politics, with the idea that Priti Patel will be the one what won it, and then magically the British public just go, yeah, just change the leader, don't mind us. And remember, folks, I'm still convinced we won't have an election, because these are people who will not leave office, certainly not quietly, and if they do leave office, my God, are their policies going to be frightening. Can you imagine Kemi and, I don't know, Suella at the top of a party? Because they have a really positive attitude to anyone that isn't them, don't they? Anyway, do have a lovely Sunday, if you can.